Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is Gadget Gurus Podcast. I'm your host, Mobile Mike. Joined with me, I've got, as always, the lovely, the beautiful, the sensual, the bearded Dr. Nick Ball. What's going on, Doc?
Been a long day, man. I broke my bike today. And, it's late. I want to do the show. I want to go to bed. I want to go home and get my bike fixed tomorrow.
Yeah, I saw that you broke your bike. I'm sorry.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, you can hear the sympathy. Also with us, we've got another bearded fellow, Jeff Farina. What's going on, Jeff?
Not too much. We only have bearded people on the show right now.
Right, and I think that's why Vic can't join, because he doesn't have a beard.
Could be.
He's trying really hard, but Google Plus knows that he has no beard.
I mean, if I had to guess, yeah.
It's definitely a policy in there if you look through the terms and conditions. To our viewers who watch this on YouTube, I apologize for the absolute shit-tastic quality of my video feed. For those of you who don't follow me on Instagram, you won't know that my laptop is no more. My big-ass foot got caught on the power cable and yanked that bitch off the dresser, and the screen is smashed to pieces. And for all you fuckers out there asking me if I had a MagSafe, charger, no, I didn't. Because if that was the fucking case, then the shit wouldn't be broke.
It would have been safe.
It would have been fine. I'd have just yanked the fucking charger out and been like, oh, that's why I paid $1,400 for this laptop. But I didn't. I have a fucking Asus with, $400, but no, it was $500 when I bought it, and that bitch has a good old regular plug-in that's not mic foot-proof. So I just would like to kind of bow our heads for a second and just take a moment to send off my Asus into the tech gods. So thank you, Asus, for giving me many sessions of the Gadget Gurus podcast, and now we're gonna fucking move on. WWDC was today. Mavericks was being replaced by Yosemite. Dude, first of all, did you guys watch the presentation, or were you just following like a blog or something? Nick, you're muted, by the way.
What was that, Jeff?
You got it. Go for it.
I caught up later in the day. And just checked the blog late in the day. I was swamped at work. I really didn't have time to pay much attention in real time.
I think Nick just read my mind. That's exactly what I was thinking.
I was laying in bed because I don't fucking do shit. And I'm independently wealthy, so I don't work anymore. And I was just fucking watching that shit on the Apple TV. I'm going to see how many times I can cuss in each sense. Anyway, so I was watching it on the Apple TV. And I gotta say, this Apple presentation, I know everyone always talks about the presentation and like they dissect that shit, but this one was fun. Like normally Apple presentations are like they think they're fun, but they're not. They're putting it on like it's a good time, but we're like, what the fuck? This one was really good. They got Craig up there. He was cracking jokes. They were joking about how they name their new naming scheme is places in California. And they got to one that was like OS 10 weed, and in the icon it had like a fog over it and shit. Like it was really good. I was like, Craig, if you were to just sell me stuff, I would just buy anything. Like the whole time I'm like, yeah, I'm buying a new Mac. Yeah, I'm buying like 4 iPhones. Just fuck it. Why? It
would have been a perfect transition to bring Dre up on stage too.
He actually got Dre on the phone.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, he calls. He goes, "I have
from
a
the Mac." Yeah, did a phone call from the Mac.
Yeah, from the Mac, he had because that's one of the new features is you can send your iPhone calls to a Mac and text messages and stuff. We'll talk about all that stuff, I'm sure. But so yeah, he gets Dre on the phone and talks to him about Apple new higher orientation. It's really funny. Oh my God, we got
Dre.
Speaking of Dre, we got Victor Webb. What's going on, Vic?
Yeah, finally worked. I fucking hate Google Plus, man.
I'm so glad you're here. We had a theory that the only reason you couldn't join is because you don't have a full beard.
Yeah. Well, actually, I do have a beard going on right now.
We can't see it though.
We can't see it because you're not on
I still
camera.
gotta find my camera. Yeah, I still gotta find it.
Well,
One of these
I guess
days.
I should probably just shut my camera off at this point. This bitch is just ridiculous bad. Like, it is so zoomed in on my face.
Isn't that what you want?
Well, no, it's because I'm using.
Keep the female audience satisfied.
Yeah, come on, ladies. Can you see the pixelated biceps from back here? You can I can't tell if that's a bicep or a block because the fucking video is so.
It's Minecraft.
Play with some Legos, man.
Yeah, that's right. It looks like I'm a fucking Minecraft guy. Yeah, so I thought the presentation was really good. It was lighthearted. It was fun. At least Craig's portion. You know, Tim Cook came out and did his Tim Cook thing. But otherwise, that part was really cool. So, Yosemite is gonna replace Mavericks. One interesting thing is that they're doing a open beta. So, you know, just normals can go in there and download it and be, you know, participate in getting all the new fun stuff pretty much right away, which is pretty cool. And it'll be available later the fall, I think it was. So let me find it. Yeah. So let's drill down on some of these features. Vic, do you happen to have a list of the features for that? I'm gonna look it up real quick just because I'm totally unprepared.
No, but I know some of the features.
Okay, well, go ahead. Give me some of the standout stuff that, or at least that stood out to you.
One of the coolest things was the new programming language, Swift.
Well, that's iOS stuff. Let's talk about the OS 10 stuff.
I don't know what the hell's going on OS 10. I don't give a fuck. Unity, which is part iOS stuff, continuity, excuse me, which is part iOS, part Mac. But it does look like Windows 8 now. They got the Metro flat design. They got the Arial transparency. So
that's right. Yeah, that was the first thing they showed off was the new nav bar where it's clear-ish, so it kind of like your background kind of gets colorized into the windows and the dock bar and all that stuff is now.
Swift is Mac too. That's Mac.
Oh, it is Mac. Okay,
yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, no problem.
Sorry. So what is Swift? Tell me. Obviously, I don't know what the fuck it is.
Swift is like a new programming language that Apple's kind of introducing. I haven't got a chance to play with it. I want to play with it this weekend, but what people are saying is kind of like it's Objective C without the C portion, which should help a lot of new developers because a lot of new developers don't. It's surprising. Like in school, I was taught C and C++, but I guess a lot of new developers really aren't educated on C. So this is to make it a little bit easier to get into iOS development, Mac development, and such.
Gotcha.
Should be pretty cool. Should be pretty cool.
I like it. They also showed off the features that you were talking about. What was it? The
Windows 8.
No, not the Windows 8. The shit where you
continuity.
Yeah, continuity. Yeah, they have all these like not crazy new names, but they like named everything. Like they had like HomeKit, HealthKit, Ninja Kit, fucking this kit, that kit. Like they had like everything.
Which I'm excited about, dude.
They had Kit, the actual race car. I mean, it was cool. So continuity, basically, it lets you share a bunch of information. Does it do it over Wi-Fi or over Bluetooth and Wi-Fi?
Most likely Bluetooth for discovery and Wi-Fi for data transfer, if I had to guess.
Because it's like, if you have a iMessage, or it does, obviously iMessage is already done, but if you had like regular text messages or phone calls, you can actually get those messages and take those phone calls from your
we're talking about handoffs now, right? Not AirDrop. Handoff will probably be like maybe Bluetooth, and then utilizing probably using like Bluetooth LE, because I believe Bluetooth LE has a specification which actually allows connection between devices without prior authorization and such, so devices can connect. Or they might just have you pair it. I'm downloading it right now, Mike, so hopefully I'll be able to test it out in a second.
Oh, nice, cool. And they also did a new Spotlight, which I thought looked really nice. It basically brought like a big old search window right in the middle of the screen, and as you type, it'll pull up pretty much everything. It's kind of like a universal search. Even taps into the internet to do search, to bring you search results from the internet. I don't know who they're combing for that, but that's what they're doing, I guess. Because it seems like they're trying to step further and further away from anyone just typing in google.com. It seems like.
Pretty much.
It's what they do, man. It's what they do.
Right. They also announced Cloud Drive, which is just or iCloud Drive, which is basically what it sounds like. It's a online storage. You can. So if, let's say, I wanted to email Vic a 2 gigabyte video file, his email provider might not let him receive a file that large. So what it does is it sends it up to the cloud drive, iCloud Drive, and then sends them. If he's using a Mac, it'll actually show in line right on the Mail application. And then if he's not using a Mac, it'll if he's not using the Mail client, it'll send him like a link to it to where he can go and get it and stream that, so he doesn't actually have to download it, which is similar to what Dropbox and all the other cloud storage guys are doing, but it makes it more seamless. You just attach the attachment, and then the fucking app handles the rest as far as actually uploading it and spitting out a link, which is pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to see what else they did on. Oh well, I guess for Mail, they changed Mail on both iOS and OS X. It looks a lot more like Mailbox, where you can kind of swipe, all the way to one side or swipe all the way to the other side to get different options. So that was pretty cool. I mean, there wasn't like a whole crazy shit ton of stuff, but the spotlight stuff, the transparency. I guess.
I'm on the Mail right now. See what you're talking about here, Mike.
Yeah, it was a full show. I mean, there's a ton of stuff. So the big stuff, of course, was iOS, where they showed off basically a lot of features that we kind of already had on Android, but didn't on iOS. And I don't know if people were pining over these features, but there's some definitely, but they did a quick reply from notifications. So if you receive like a text message or a Facebook message, you can drag down on the notification. You can reply. The nice thing about it is it does it inline on the screen. You don't have to leave the application that you're currently in to do it, which Android has that ability, and some of the apps use that. Some third-party apps, some third-party text messaging apps, some third-party Twitter apps have a little window that'll pop up over what you're currently in. But just by default, it does not do that. When you click reply, it actually takes you back to the messaging app, and then you go from there.
Wait, so hold on. So you're saying that? Okay, so I wasn't paying attention fully, but you're saying that right now with the iOS 8, a message will pop up, but you can reply right from there, right?
Yeah, like say if I were to send you a text message, you'll get a little pop up, and then the little bar at the bottom, letting you know you can drag it. If you drag it down, you'll have options for reply, and then there's also the voice, the microphone button where you can reply using your voice. You can send a video. You can send all kinds of shit from that little reply window without leaving. They didn't show that, but there might be. I don't know. But
wait,
either way,
what did he ask? What did he ask?
If you can send like pre-canned messages, like
a custom message.
Yes, it's all. No, it just gives you a box to type in.
Oh, okay then. Okay, I thought it was the pre-canned messages, like the voice calls.
Oh,
no.
Custom. My bad.
But that it also includes things like calendar appointments, like you can accept them and all that jazz.
Sweet.
Right. It's so pretty much universal, actionable notifications from not just first-party apps, but third-party apps as well. So that'll be really cool. I mean, that's something that I think that's really useful. It's one of those things that's so useful that when you use it, you don't really even realize you're using it, and it's like, oh, that's really cool. They also did a new Spotlight search to where when you're searching, very much like on the Mac, it's going to pull up movie times, Wikipedia results, restaurants, applications. If you're searching for an app, it'll actually pull up app results, pretty much all from Spotlight, which is that to me I think is one big feature that Google has sorta. in Android, but it just doesn't work that great. The universal search has been one of those features that just has kind of lagged behind on Android, and I think honestly with iOS 8 they pretty much nailed it. I know you can do that in Google now, but it doesn't work in the same way that they showed it on there, where you can start typing like the name of a movie and it'll kind of populate those results automatically for you. Instead of like Google now, you have to go in there, type it in a search, and then it pulls up a very informative search page of everything. But it's the information, it seems like, is almost on the device with the iOS 8 integration. You know what I mean?
Now here's a serious question. How does it compare to Cortana?
I don't know, because no one uses Cortana or Windows Phone 8.
Oh, come on now.
I'm serious.
Gadget Gurus,
how many?
Do not discriminate.
How many of your friends use Windows 8, Windows Phone 8, or Windows Phone anything?
Does that I forgot about.
So one of your friends.
Maybe.
One of your friends.
Possible. It's a possibility, man. Jeff F uses Windows 8.
No, well, I use Windows 8, not Windows Phone 8 though.
Oh, Windows Phone 8. I thought what?
I mean, I do have my Lumia right here next to me, but I still have to put it on eBay. I just haven't done it yet.
That's for Verizon, right?
Yeah.
Because I definitely want to try it. Windows is Windows Phone 8.1 even out yet?
No, it's still developer preview.
That's some bullshit. They showed that shit off like 8 months ago. It seems like.
Yeah. Pretty much.
So what else? What else we have here? There's a ton. I mean, there's a ton of stuff. So we got the new Spotlight stuff.
Got the new health tracker.
Oh, the HealthKit. So the phone will actually collect a bunch of different health-related information, from blood pressure to heart rate. So there's all these peripherals that do all this stuff, and it'll kind of collate all that stuff into one storage location on your phone, and then that will be able to be shared with. If you want it to, they made it very clear that it doesn't just automatically do this with multiple different types of apps. So, for example, if you have like a Runkeeper installed or MyFitnessPal or something, it'll automatically take any of the data that you've been able to store and apply it to those apps in a useful way that the app would make sense. Like, for example, a Fitbit for walking, calories, intake for MyFitnessPal, heart rate and blood pressure for any applications that you might need that track that. Probably blood glucose monitors, that kind of stuff. I mean, Apple's really, I think, done a great job of moving into that health field, and Samsung's been trying to do that too with their S Health stuff. So I don't know. I find that stuff cool, especially with
Siri.
Oh, go ahead.
Siri got a major update.
What did they do with Siri?
Siri now is in listening mode. So Hey Siri will launch Siri hands-free. Siri
Hey
also
Siri.
now.
But it has to be it has to be plugged into a charger in the car, right?
Siri also can dictate in different languages.
Speaking like a true Apple executive.
Yeah, he didn't even answer. He just went. Because that was what I caught when he was like, you can now say Hey Siri, but he was like, it was a bullet point, but then he was like, if it's plugged in the car, you can say Hey Siri. So
No. He was just saying.
Moving on.
If it's plugged into the car, that way you can be hands-free in the car. He was just giving a scenario to use it.
He was giving the scenario.
Yeah, he was giving you the only scenario.
Siri also has built-in Shazam now.
Ooh.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
And of course we're selling products here, as guys. So it also, when you Shazam it, you're connected to an iTunes link to buy it.
Fuck that.
Well, I mean, come on, you got to make it
No, I'll
easy.
SoundCloud it and get to my Spotify, where I'm paying a subscription, and then I can just listen to it without paying any additional money to Apple. Man, I said fuck that.
You
shit.
can identify tracks with SoundCloud.
That might be an option also.
I didn't know that.
Spotify could tie their app into Siri.
Well, so well, I guess we can talk about that also. They're allowing third-party widgets in the Today screen of the notification drawer. So when you drop down,
How was that with like 7 or something or 6? No, I remember that when widgets first came, they said developers will be able to do that, and then like 2 years later, they finally can do it.
I don't think they actually ever
bullshit
said
about
developers could do it. I think so many people assumed that developers could be able to do it. That it was like, you know.
Well, I don't know, Mike. There's
just
the
made
same
sense.
people that said FaceTime would be open and that anybody can plug into it, and that has yet to happen.
Right.
Yeah,
well,
the problem is they needed a programming language to hand that shit off to allow developers to get in without giving them access to the core operating system. And that's why they had to build a whole new language. It was in order for them to pass off Touch ID, for them to pass off widgets, and for order for them to do the sharing to multiple apps based off the developers' choices. All that stuff was literally coded into the core of iOS, and so they were never able to actually allow developers to do that without opening up everything. So I genuinely think that's why we're getting a whole new language, is because they kind of had to like redesign iOS to incorporate these features. I don't know what you guys think about that, but that's my take on the new language.
Yeah, I mean, they had to have some kind of motivation in order to just create an entire new language. That's just not something you just do unless you have some kind of motivation behind it. We've seen Google do that.
The motivation is also, once again, to get more and more people into it. It's easier to code on to start with.
Yeah, but Vic,
it's
but
more
why?
efficient.
I mean, the reason why is because they all these new features all came at once, and they're all basically allowing apps access to what used to be operating system process only.
I mean, I don't know, Nick.
They also introduced.
Just say it. Just say I'm right. I mean, I know you never like to do it, but just fucking say it.
Oh, Nick, I agree that one reason why people actually
I'll agree
is low performance, efficiency, security. So Apple can probably do certain things and make sure the developers don't get too low level with these APIs.
Right.
So
it's a possibility, Nick.
Oh my God!
All right, so we just kind of passed over it, but the widgets in the Today screen, I think are that's a big deal. Third-party widgets up there. I'm gonna go ahead and say that is gonna be a giant fucking cluster, though.
But you said there are a lot they can block it. It'll probably be a permission app. Do you want this to?
No. I don't mean like you have to enable it, but I'm just saying like say you have 5 widgets, they're all on one screen, like that you just kind of scroll through.
I think the word widget might be a bit of a reach.
Okay, that's very true. They're more like panels. It's more like
it's still a widget by
it's more like an
definition.
expanded.
No,
it's more like an expanded
widget by definition, man. Okay.
I know, but not in the sense of how we think Android widgets.
Well, that's just how Android people see widgets.
I know, Vic.
iOS
We
people
don't have anything else really
like,
to go
what?
off.
What is this? Oh, like you go, man.
I'm not gonna see like a Twitter widget where you can actually scroll through like your Twitter list.
Right.
You might have something that pulls like maybe a couple tweets or something like that, but I'm not seeing scrollable, actionable.
Who cares?
Well, you probably have actionable.
All I know is that a year down the road, all the iOS people will be like, man, Android fucking copied iOS with these widgets,
Yeah. No, you know what they're gonna say is they're gonna be like, look at this predictive keyboard that we got. I wish fucking Android didn't copy Apple.
Yeah, seriously.
So they added.
They had a
Microsoft copied OS X 10.10, so
they added a prediction panel, very similar to something you'll see from SwiftKey or from Google's
From BlackBerry.
BlackBerry also has that.
Too, guys.
Before Android.
The new dashboard.
BlackBerry's been doing anything related to text input. BlackBerry did first.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter because BlackBerry's gone.
They're allowing third-party keyboards. I can't wait to get Swift on my iPhone.
Hey,
yes,
Mike.
both SwiftKey and FlexKey already said that they're going to be on
Swift
iOS 8.
iOS. They already got a note thing you can download too.
Both of them have been figuring out ways to get their app in there somehow.
This doesn't work right. I've tried. I was like,
no, not at all. Not at all. But to have full system level replaceable keyboards, that's huge. They showed, I think, swipe on screen where you could actually swipe the keyboard. So I mean, that's a big deal. That's one of the things that when someone asks me what the difference is between iOS and Android,
keyboard's always been a big one.
That's always one of my go-tos. I'm like, Apple gives you what they give you, and you have to like it. Example, if you don't like the keyboard your phone comes with Android, you can download like 8 of them. and see which keyboard you like best. With iPhone, you're stuck with that standard keyboard. And now that's a big change. Now they're getting to be a little bit more customizable with widgets in the Today screen and third-party keyboards. And then they're also doing I want to say it's called extensibility. So this is very similar to Android's share feature, where you can. So let's say you're on a web page and you want to send that web page to Pocket to read later. Right now in Android, you just click the little share icon and you can pick 14 million apps, whatever you have installed, to share that item to. And on iOS, the app that you're currently in would have to support that. Right. So what they're going to do is they're going to add it to where it acts like its own little sandboxed module, so you'll be able to send pretty much anything to anything as long as the developers code for it. So it's going to be very, very similar as far as a user facing function as the share feature in Android, which I think that's a huge deal. That's one of those things where even Aaron,
that was hard for me to get used to not having.
Right. It's something that you get so used to on Android that when you don't have it, like the idea of copying and pasting a link from one app to another is so 1927. You're like, where's my force? Because copying and pasting this link to share between apps is just fucking ridiculous.
Oh, one thing we did forget to mention on OS X is the new charm menu. Like if you have Windows 8 and you know how to slide it out and get the little charms, OS X has that now dashboard with the nice Today and notification set up too, which is real nice. I like it. You guys had to take a look at that one yet?
No idea what you're talking about.
The dashboard on OS X 10.10 Yosemite, sir.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
Well,
This
really nice,
is probably my favorite feature.
It's really nice.
This is probably my favorite feature is a Touch ID coming to third-party apps.
No, I'm so excited about that.
Dude, no, I'm dead serious. I'm not even joking.
No, I really am.
I know Samsung already has that, right? With their
yeah, but I'd have to buy a piece of shit Samsung to have it.
Okay, well,
yeah, there you go. I mean,
letting you know.
Like I use sign in with Facebook just because I'm lazy as fuck, and this would make me even lazier, and I love it.
Well,
let me touch my phone.
I mean, you need some way to link that account, so just
but once I link it, then
no, Vic. Once you're signed, it works just like Touch ID does. So
I understand
the first time you go to open Mint after you've rebooted your phone, you have to put the passcode in. But every time from then on, you'll just be able to use your Touch ID.
No, I understand that, Nick. What I'm just saying is that typically for like some kind of a cloud-based service, for like a service with your user account and stuff like that too, it's not just going to link it to your Touch ID. Otherwise, you're limited to that device. So the moment that you
not just your Touch ID, you have to have an account already.
Exactly. So Mike's whole sign into Facebook would still exist. That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah, but he doesn't have to do that anymore. He can just do the Touch ID to open the goddamn app.
Sign into Facebook to actually create your account and stuff like that. And
the first time, but after that, he doesn't have to even click on the Facebook.
You never have to sign into Facebook again after the first time.
Every time I open
the only thing this does is for security.
All right, look for Mint or for your bank account.
That would be the example. Mint is
any kind of app that you don't want people to just be able to open.
Correct.
Right now I have on Go Launcher. It's actually pretty sweet. You can set a pattern for the app.
Click on it. Watch. It asks for a fucking password. I gotta put a password in there.
Yeah.
See? I'm not gonna have to do that anymore. I'll just put my finger on the thing.
I understand that, but what I'm getting at is the whole sign-in, Facebook sign-in, that doesn't change at all for the user.
We know that, Vic. Why are you hanging up on Mike's...
Mike said that he would not have to do that.
Mike is a Neanderthal. He lifts weights, he hits bags, he doesn't understand how to text stuff.
Me and Mike want to put thumb on thing.
He just smashed you.
He might know password.
Password? Me not have password. Me have thumb. I'm just what I'm saying is the whole one click to log into something is appealing to me. I was using Facebook as an example.
But
so to use one thumb,
it doesn't solve the issue.
I don't give a fuck.
Sing it, man.
It's the example that I use.
Sing it
but
to me.
Think about this. Think about how much more secure your phone will be now. So let's say when you go to sign into Facebook app, now you have it ask for your fucking Touch ID. It doesn't just open up Facebook.
Right.
Like, it gives you an extra layer of security now that you can plug in there.
No, I got a question. Do you think you use the tip of your dick for Touch ID?
You can. You can.
Dude, awesome!
I've already shown that. Yeah.
Yeah. You can use your toes, your ears.
Let's see you get
Behind the
gonorrhea.
guys.
You can't do
Talk
shit.
about me. No, Mike, you're not a Neanderthal. Apparently, I am because apparently
But,
I did not know
Vic.
about dick ID.
Vic, if you set that up, you're gonna have to set that up as like your only way. Otherwise,
I already
you get
set
10
it up.
fingers
Man.
to set up.
While we were talking about this, I just set it up. All right. Dick.
It takes a lot
Ready
longer.
to go.
on.
Do you have to like press it and like smush it in there?
You gotta,
No,
you
no,
gotta
no, no.
wiggle it around and kind of get it. You
Yeah,
gotta
right.
get it erect a little bit first.
You gotta lick your finger
like, guys,
and with the home button.
Touch
The
ID,
wife
Touch
come
ID
in and
is
get it a
so
little moist.
popular. Touch ID is so popular with our users that we took it a step further. We'd like to show you Mushroom Stamp.
Mushroom stamp
Just press your
ID.
dickhead. Just press your dickhead against the fucking sensor.
That's probably what
it
he
can-
says.
it can-
Except
It can
Apple
relate all that, all your
Definition
boner
of having
information to HealthKit to let you know if your erection is full and healthy,
And then blood pressure.
and your blood pressure. Yeah. So what else? What else did they do? They did some camera APIs. They did a bunch of new photo stuff where they basically did what Google's doing with Google Plus and Google Plus Photos, where all your photos are kind of just automatically stored to the cloud. Because I think before iCloud just stored like your last 1,000 photos, and then it deleted whatever was after that 1,000, and then so on and so forth. It just kept the most recent 1,000. Now it'll store a lot.
I don't know why
a
they
lot
think
more.
Cloud Drive is going to take off, dude. Because it's so fucking expensive compared to like Google Drive or OneDrive. Have you seen their storage options on that? It's like my wife.
It was like a dollar for 20 gigs or something.
I don't know. Google is like what, $2 for like 100 terabytes or something like that, or like not 100 terabytes, like 100 gigs for $2 or something like that, dude. It's like, yeah, why would I want to use? Mike, can you sell me on Cloud Drive?
Yeah, you have an iPhone.
Yeah, use Dropbox or
so.
OneDrive.
Do you use iCloud?
Not really.
I use all three at the same time.
Nick, LBM is lean body mass.
Oh, okay. I back up all my pictures to iCloud, Dropbox, and Google Plus, all
You're
at the same
a
time.
Weird person, man. I use OneDrive.
I
for
do-
everything because all I
I
need
do,
is one motherfucking drive, Nick Ball.
No, that OneDrive shit's for the birds, man.
And that OneDrive shit is for the real gurus, all right?
No,
I
I use
do,
iCloud. I
Dropbox
back up my phone to iCloud. I throw some pictures on there. I delete them off of there all the time, though. Google Plus gets pictures because sometimes they do some cool shit with them. That's the only reason why they go there. And then, all my pictures are actually importantly saved to Dropbox.
Okay, so Dropbox shouldn't be used at all, and you just save it all to OneDrive. And then
No,
OneDrive,
I don't want OneDrive.
And OneDrive,
it's
OneDrive
tied to a
will give you
Microsoft account, but I
blowjob for like
can't remember
every
the password
without the
for it.
pictures you upload, dude. So there's like more incentive to save the OneDrive, all right?
Well, does OneDrive automatically upload?
Yes.
And do they give me free space for all my uploads?
The
No.
same space as Google, yeah.
Well, no,
No,
but
Google-
Dropbox gives me
no,
unlimited
Google gives
free
you.
space.
I think
Google
any
gives you, like,
photo
15
that you
gigs.
get uploaded on
Google
Google,
gives you 15 gigs for full size unless you want to crop it down, which fucking defeats the whole purpose of backing up your phone.
Oh God!
Why would
I
it-
know, I
you
like-
guys are fucking
I have like
assholes.
200 gigs on Google for
God!
like $4.
But Dropbox
Or some crazy, or 500 gigs.
Dropbox gives you unlimited instant camera upload space.
Really?
Yeah.
Yep, and they have a really sweet. Their carousel app, their like picture viewer that collates all that stuff is really nice.
Yeah.
It's a really cool gallery app.
Unlimited. But Nick has kids, so maybe that's
so-
why.
So let's get down to brass tacks. Jeff, are you from what you saw today on iOS 8? Are you in jeopardy of possibly switching over? So let's preface this because obviously this is going to run on a new iPhone. So my question is going to be two-parter. Is what you saw enough today to switch to the current iPhone? If not, would this new what the
hell's
fuck are you doing? Is this new software enough to get you thinking about the new hardware, and what new hardware would you really need in order to fully switch? If
No.
that's the case.
No and none.
Jeff, wow. Jeff, just wow.
The only only iOS device I use is an iPad, which it was given to me from work, and yeah, no desire to change hardware. I'll upgrade the software, but no desire to change hardware, and I'm staying with my HTC One.
Ew.
I like it. Nick, what was your? Obviously, you and Vic already have iPhones, so that question's kind of stupid for you guys. But as far as what you saw today, what did you like the most? Was there something that really stood out to you that you were missing with I know you switched most recently from Android, but was there something you saw today that got you hyped up?
Wait. So this motherfucker's telling me that I should be 10 pounds lighter
What?
Oh god.
based off my lean body mass? This is crazy.
Well, first of all, if you're trying to calculate your lean body mass using any tool online, it's wrong. You have to get body fat calipers or some kind of body fat testing.
Yeah.
To get accurate lean body mass. It's the most.
That's what they used to do in
accurate.
school. Remember that? They used to pinch you all over the fucking place trying to find fat on your body, and you're like, look, I'm a fucking rail. I'm 12. Leave me alone.
Yep. The trick with the calipers is a lot of people will go, oh, they're not accurate. Well, yeah, that's right, because it's whoever's doing the calipers is going to be the one that decides whether it's accurate or not. The important thing is get the calipers, take the test the same way at the same time. So I do mine in the morning on before I eat, after I take a piss or something, but before I eat, in the same locations. You can take up to 6 or something. There's multiple ways to take it, but
Right.
And you do it in the same manner. And it might not be like, if it shows you that you're 12% body fat, you might not be 12, you might be 14, but you can track it down. So if you've lost 2%
I get
body
it.
fat,
Mike, we all get it.
Mike, when are you gonna start your health podcast, man?
I don't know, man. Soon, I want to. I actually like talking a lot more about that than this bullshit.
Hey, none of that, man.
I'm really excited. I'm really excited for iOS 8. It'll be fun.
Yeah, I gotta say, this is the most exciting iOS release that I've seen in a long time. iOS 7 looked really good, like as far as like looks. I really liked it. I mean, I had an iPhone at the time it came out. I got on the beta, and I really liked the way it looks. But functionality-wise, they didn't really add a whole lot. I think this one is like a actual genuine good release with a lot of really good stuff for iOS users. There's nothing in here for me personally that would make me switch to iOS from Android.
You're gonna switch to iOS anyways when the new iPhone comes out, dude.
But I'm not gonna talk shit about this release and be a negative Nancy about it. It is a good release.
Okay.
What about you, Vic? What was your standout feature?
Yeah, probably the continuity. That was pretty cool shit. What, Nick? What? God, motherfucker! What, Nick?
I mean, are you really gonna take phone calls on your computer and shit, and like text messages and stuff? Is that
text messages on my computer or my iPad? Yes. You know, often I'm over here doing shit on my iPad, and then somebody texts me. I'm like, shit, man, I gotta grab my phone now. But now I can just be on my iPad doing what I'm doing. The text comes through, reply to that shit.
I guess I just use Hangouts so that, like, I don't know, I just don't have that problem.
Well,
when I had Android,
not all my friends can be cool like yours, Mike. Okay, I got a ton of.
No, that's the thing. If my friends don't use Hangouts, they're not my friends anymore.
Damn.
But
that's
I don't have that
just
luxury,
the
man.
fucking level
I don't have that luxury. I'm not popular enough to just.
So nobody on Windows Phone is Mike's friend.
I'm not popular either. Obviously, I just fucking kicked off all my friends. I'm like, hey, you bunch of fucking retarded bastards. I can't be friends with you.
When I had Android, I used to use an app on the computer to
Mighty
text
Text
messages all the time.
Mighty Text.
I used something else. It wasn't that.
AirDroid is really good for that.
Yes, AirDroid, because I could like move photos to my
files, photos. You
It's
can
a
watch
combination
video.
of Mighty Text and AirDroid. Mighty Text for messaging, since it did it better than AirDroid, and AirDroid for everything else.
Yeah, AirDroid is really nice.
But anyways,
yeah.
we gotta
I
have
digress.
Yeah, so that was WWDC. Cool. iOS comes out in the fall. Beta is available now if you're a developer, or if you're a developer. Wink, wink.
How do I get a dev count? Somebody hook me up with a dev count.
Actually, guys,
you want to go halves on a dev account, guys?
I've done that. I've done that almost every iOS release at some point.
So serious question to Jeff F. Jeff.
Yo.
Gaming guy. The master of all things video games. Tell me, what do you think of Watch Dogs?
I like it. Okay. And I think it's actually going to be my Guru Gotta Have It.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Nice pick, Jeff. Nice pick.
Will you break this down for me? Because someone, I don't know if I told you, but my Xbox Live Gold or whatever fucking thing, I let it just cancel, and I haven't picked up my Xbox since November. Okay. I haven't touched anything, so I've just kind of been out of the video game world, but I keep hearing about Watch Dogs, and someone was trying to explain it to me the other day. That it says kind of like Grand Theft Auto, but like you can do a bunch of shit. So let me have it, because this game sounds really cool, and I might be back up on that Xbox if it's dope enough.
Yeah, it's kind of... See, I hate... I don't like comparing it to Grand Theft Auto because a lot of people do. But it kind of is like a Grand Theft Auto meets Assassin's Creed meets, Hackers, with Angelina Jolie, way back in the fucking day.
So it's nothing like The Net, because that was a good movie.
No, it's not like The Net. There's a lot you can do with that, the hacking, as they call it. It's really just... You are a hacker, and because you're a hacker, you find access into what's called CTOS, which is basically the OS that runs the entire city of Chicago. So you can fuck with everything.
Yeah, someone was telling me if you're running from the cops, you can change all the streetlights to green.
Yeah, well, you can change the streetlights to green, and so even if you're not running from the cops, even if you're just standing in an intersection, you can turn all the lights green, and just cars smash into each other. You can raise and lower barriers while the cops are chasing you. You can raise and lower bridges. You can make trains stop. You can get on the train, then have the train take off again. There's a lot you can do. You can hack into cameras to see all the enemies, and then from there blow up circuit panels on the wall, raise and lower barriers. There's a ton. I've only played it for about 3 hours. There's a ton you can do so far. I really enjoy it, to be honest. I haven't really done any of the side mission stuff. Other than every now and then, I don't know if you've played it, but the way the online is enabled is you can take out contracts on other players at random.
Oh,
and I've had 3 people take out contracts on me. So I'll be playing, and all of a sudden I'm getting invaded by another hacker. So you just find them, and I just blow them away, basically.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they'll always be trying to hide.
Xbox One.
So I just want to get this right.
So I want to hack your ass, Jeff.
You're getting invaded by other guys, and then you're just blowing them all.
Yeah, so it puts them in your game.
I'm so excited, man.
It puts them in your game as an NPC. They don't have weapons. They look like a regular person. No, and it's always a little Asian girl too, from what I've noticed so far. So
racist, dude.
One of the people they were hiding behind a car, so I just walked up, and then she hopped in the car, and I just stood in front of her and just shot her in the face with my AR, and then she died.
She
hopped in the car.
Hopped in the car, guy.
Did she run you over with the car?
Hopped in the car and asked for your khakis. She was like, "Give me your khakis now."
I was kind of off to the side when she hopped in the car. I was kind of off to the side. So,
is it kind of like Grand Theft Auto where you can put hits on people?
Not that I've noticed yet. No hits. But you can go do whatever the hell you want to do.
It sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, you can. You can disable a helicopter. So if the helicopters are chasing you, you just hack into them. They just fall out of the sky free fall, and they blow up everything they hit.
That's is it like a free roam? Where you could just kind of do whatever.
Yeah.
And it's open world with other players. It sounds like too.
They randomly show up in your game within the form of those contracts. You don't just see them running around.
How much damage can they do?
I don't even know if they can attack you.
So what do they do? The hacking, what does that actually do to you then?
They have to stay. So there's 5 different ones. I've never taken on a contract myself. People have just taken them out on me. The one that it keeps being is they have to invade your phone basically. So they have to stay near you for 3 minutes and not be spotted.
And what happens? Do you get her, or do they just get something?
I think they just get money in their game.
Oh, okay.
But I always find them, so.
They want to hack your ass, man.
They're not very they're crouching behind a car and everyone else is walking. You know what I mean?
Your ass, I'm hacking.
It's grass.
Oh, dude, it's hacked, man. Hacked with my penis.
All right.
All right.
I don't know what to say to that.
So do you like it more than Grand Theft Auto, the most recent Grand Theft Auto?
So-so.
I kind of, you know what? I kind of do. Because I like the whole set somewhere in the future. I like that whole sci-fi, computer age time period, I guess.
Almost kind of. It sounds like almost like it's like a Deus Ex kind of.
It's like Deus Ex meets Assassin's Creed.
It sounds cool.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So on a scale of 1 to 5, how many Guru stars would you give it? Guru stars, if you guys don't know, are better than regular stars. So, just heads up.
I'd give it. It would either be a 3.5 or a 4. I'll give it a 4.
Give it a 4. Wow. Okay.
4.
All right. Cool.
Cool.
So we also have another. We'll do a quick review. We don't want to go too far into it because half of the panel has not seen the movie. So we're going to talk a little bit about X-Men Days of Future Past. So if you have not seen X-Men Days of Future Past and you don't want to be spoiled, just tune out, I guess. Fair warning, Professor X, he's in a wheelchair in the future.
No!
Yep. Yep. And Wolverine has adamantium claws, or so we think adamantium claws. Not sure if they are or not, but whatever. Yeah, so X-Men Days of Future Past. Vic, you saw it. I saw it. What did you think? No, Nick Ball and Jeff. What the fuck part of half the panel didn't see it did you get out of that?
I wasn't paying attention, to be honest.
Well, what did you think about the movie?
I was setting up my iPhone. iOS 8, man. All right. The movie was fucking awesome, dude. But Fox, man, they came through. I had my doubts. Then you go in there, you watch the movie, and you're like, shit, Fox, you know what? I'm feeling you now. Okay. All right. You know what? I wanted Marvel to have these rights back, but you know what? You can keep it, guys, because I see where you're going. I see what you're doing. I see where you're slinging my way, and I'm receiving it, and I'm slinging back some acceptance of what you're slinging to me initially. So, overall.
You started to rap there a little bit.
That was vague.
Yeah. So, overall, it was a very good movie, guys. You know, basically eliminates everything that X-Men 3 and freaking Wolverine Origins did wrong, and that's pretty much everything. And now we can probably have a proper Deadpool movie. Yes. Oh, that's what I want. All
right. Well, I thought it was okay. I wasn't blown away by it. And I didn't have any problems with like continuity because when you do time travel, it's just like fuck it, we'll just throw that shit out the window and suspend disbelief and just do whatever we want. So my problem was just it was kind of boring.
It wasn't. It was not boring.
The most interesting stuff was the future fight scenes with the cool Sentinels from the future, and you only got about 8 minutes of that. Wolverine didn't do anything in the future. There was no Wolverine with his claws out fucking working on some Sentinels. It was Wolverine asleep in the future, back to the 70s where he literally just stood in the background the entire time while Professor Xavier and Magneto fucking argued. And it just seemed that they had a cool idea. Honestly, this movie to me was just an eraser so they could go back and take the shit out that sucked, which is X-Men 3 and Wolverine Origins, and have a platform to release a really good next movie. I wouldn't say it was bad, but I wasn't in love with it. I think
man. Oh my god, you just want some. That's the problem, man. It's people like you who just want action. And you know what?
No.
That's what Transformers is for, man.
I didn't want
this is about the story,
action.
I wanted the characters. They were believable, sir. All right.
I wanted a good quality, fun movie, and it was a good
quality, fun movie.
Excellent
character development. The stuff they did,
character development, all those characters, there was zero character. The characters were already developed from previous movies.
No,
all they did was fucking stand around.
These characters were only partially developed in First Class, dude.
It was like I was watching a 30-minute episode of the X-Men cartoon that took 2 hours to get to the fucking.
Oh God, no! Get out of here! Get out of here, man!
Money grab or not, Mike?
Say what?
Money grab or not?
No, I wouldn't say it was a money grab. I would just say this is yet another example of Fox not writing a good fucking movie. Like they just Sony and Fox just can't make a good superhero movie. No, they make a good superhero movie. They have yet to make a great superhero movie.
This is a great superhero movie. All right, man. It does a great job, great storytelling. A few continuity issues, like how did Wolverine get his claws back and stuff like that. Honestly, on that one.
That's what I'm saying. You can suspend your. I don't have a problem with any of that shit.
Screen Rant brought that up, and they said that all they had to do was have Magneto make a nod and say, like, how do you like those claws they gave you, Wolverine, or something like that.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with any of the continuity stuff whatsoever, because, again, like I said, you just kind of suspend disbelief for a movie this big and epic with this many characters that takes place over, they go back from like 2035 or whatever, all the way back to 1973.
They made Magneto like he is in the comics, dude. He just trashed on humans like, you guys, you're fucking worthless.
One scene. The rest of it was literally him and Charles on a plane chasing Mystique for 2 hours.
Charles! All I can think of is the Juggernaut video.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna get this motherfucker. I'm the Juggernaut, bitch! That was more entertaining than this movie. If you want to watch good quality XMen entertainment, just Google "I'm the Juggernaut, bitch" and have fun on YouTube for like 4 hours, because it was.
Let's talk about the end scene, the after credits.
The lead into Apocalypse.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah.
So this, I think, that's why I think that this movie needed to happen. I don't think it needed to happen as boring as it happened, but it needed to happen because they needed a way to set up the next movie where they could kind of include whoever they want at this point. They can because they brought back Cyclops. At the end of the movie, basically, we're just going to cut to the end of the movie. Wolverine and his gang of X-Men save the day in 1973. All is restored. Phoenix, Jean Grey, who becomes the Phoenix, she has red hair, so I don't know if she actually became the Phoenix, but never Dark Phoenix. I don't know. But Jean Grey's back, Cyclops is back. All the people that died, and I use "died" in quotes because you only see them die in the last
X3 is erased, so that's So essentially,
basically anything that happened in X-Men 3
and Wolverine's Origins
Wolverine Origins, it kind of got rewritten a little bit.
So they completely erased.
Well, yeah, it was complete. But I mean, at the end of the day, Wolverine Origins still. I mean, he still gets his claws.
But it's not the same thing. It's not the travesty with Deadpool and all that kind of stuff too.
Well, that will never go away.
With Deadpool.
That will never go away.
Even do that?
Movie viewers' brains forever. Anyway, so they set it up to where Apocalypse, who's a very, very big bad guy, can get battled by pretty much anyone that they decide to write into this movie, whether they use the cast from First Class or whether they use the old school Cyclops and Jean Grey and all those guys. They basically have a clean slate to do the next movie.
Takes place in the 80s during the next Apocalypse one, so it's probably going to be the younger cast, I think, and Wolverine.
Yeah, so I'm pretty excited about the next movie. I think Apocalypse is a cool bad guy, and I think there's a lot of stuff that they can do now because they've wiped the slate clean. But
which is kind of funny because doesn't and I think they're actually setting up for some kind of a crossover between the Fantastic Four too, is what rumors are saying right now. Just because they own both of those rights, and
great, let's throw more.
They own the Skrull rights and stuff like that. I think Apocalypse has some kind of a link up to that kind of cosmic stuff, which involves the Fantastic Four and everything like that. So there's rumors that this might be linking up to a Fantastic Four X-Men crossover. Should be pretty dope with the Black Johnny Storm.
Yeah, so I was kind of lukewarm on it. X-Men 2 is still my favorite of the X-Men movies with
better.
With the latest Wolverine being Nick just left. He's like, fuck this. With the latest Wolverine being a close second.
No, actually, I accidentally kicked him out.
Did you? You accidentally kicked him out? That was
accidentally, air quotes.
All right, let's do some Guru Gotta Have It, Guru Gotta Trash It. Jess, since you're our guest of honor, why don't you go first? Let us know what you got.
Mine is Watch Dogs, for sure. Definitely. I enjoy it very much. It's also the newest thing I bought. I've actually bought a bunch of tech stuff lately, like Sonos in my house, new camera, stuff like that. But Watch Dogs, Gotta have it. Faux show.
Very nice, very nice. What about you, Vic? You got anything cool you want to talk about this week?
Mario Kart 8. It's a pretty fun game.
Okay.
Well, what else is there to say? I mean, it's Mario Kart, dude. You race and you throw shells at people. And it's the newest version, so if you have a Wii U or friends with Wii U, go play it.
You know what I should have talked about, Mike, real quick, is I have Wemo in my house now. It's kind of like the Philips Hue. So I can turn off, I only have 2 right now, but I can turn off these lights from my phone.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
And it's awesome.
Is it just lights? Are they just light bulbs, or is it the actual...
So this is just an outlet. So anything I have plugged into that outlet.
That's cool. How much was that?
They $50. $50 per outlet.
$1 million.
I might buy one of those, Jeff F. Just because
they're pretty awesome.
It. I saw those. I'm like, you know what? Those are pretty cool. But not since Jeff F. laid down the recommendation. It's like, well, I gotta buy it now.
I'm gonna make a video.
Dude, man, that'll be sweet.
There you go.
I'll jack off to it.
Well, I think we gotta have it this week is a app for iOS and Android called Sunrise. It's a calendar app.
Oh, seriously, dude, seriously.
Yeah,
that app's been out for like years now.
Yeah, well, it just came to Android, so get off me.
Damn it, man.
And it's really nice. It looks pretty. It syncs with all your different calendars, Facebook, but the interface is really good. They added a widget for Android. So if you're currently using Android, check it out. It's free and it's pretty much better than any other Android calendar you can download, other than maybe Today or Cal.
Maybe for Exchange support, and it's completely useless.
And who the fuck cares about that? You business people and your stupid Exchange. Just get off Exchange and get with Google.
Yeah, right.
It's better.
That's fucking brilliant. Yeah,
better. It's probably cheaper. Just do that.
There's a lot of issues with that, man. But I don't
you
feel
don't have
like
to fucking buy a bunch of shit ton of licenses.
Let's just say you're lucky Nick Ball has been kicked off here because he'd be trashing you hardcore right now.
Well, he's not here, so fuck it.
I wish he was. Damn.
All right, well, let's wrap this bitch up. Jeff, where can our listeners get a hold of you and see all the shit that you be doing?
So you can find me at twitter.com/JeffF. It's GEOFFEFF. Go to Jeff.tv, GEOFF.tv. Pretty straightforward. We're doing a new weekly show called the Boom Explode Videocast, and I got a lot of videos coming out, and we might do some more stuff in the near future. We'll see.
When's the Boom Explode podcast coming back? Because not everybody wants to watch a video, Jeff. I used to listen to that.
Well, I can put it in audio form. I'll put it in audio form. I'll put it in audio form for you.
Man, that's all I ask.
All right, I'll do it. Done. Consider it done, Vic. Next episode.
Sweet. Now my Boom Explode feed will finally fucking update.
What about you, Vic? Where can people get a hold of you?
You can get a hold of me at vic@gadgetgurus.net. You can also find me on Twitter, beatup722. That's BDUBB722. And also now, since it's coming back, make sure to check out the Boom Explode podcast with the most recognizable game names in the gaming industry, which is Jeff F. Is Gamer Chris on that video cast?
No, we do it in the same room.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Damn.
For chemistry.
Well, I guess with Jeff F. and his cronies, since Gamer Chris is on there. So make sure to check that out. It's coming back at you, full force. You guys can thank me for that. So send me an email and say, hey, thanks, Vic, for being the best gaming podcast on the interwebs. Back in iTunes.
Boom. Thank you, sir.
Boom. Done.
All right, you guys can go to hold of us as a collective podcast at thegadgetgurus.net. You can also get a hold of me, MobileMike01, on Twitter and Google+. So this is the Gadget Gurus podcast, episode number 235. The Gadget Gurus are out.
Peace.
Later.
Booming.